People say success is built on hard work. What they don't tell you is that not every success story is what it seems. And some secrets are buried so deep, entire cities are built on them. This is the story of a man who thought hard work was enough, but he was wrong. If you love suspense, mystery, and stories that stay with you long after they are over, subscribe and join the Veilframe cinema family. Because behind every frame, there's a story worth remembering. It all started on a rainy night in Kigali. 2 o'clock in the morning. Rain everywhere. Empty streets. And one terrified man running barefoot through the darkness. In his hands, a flash drive. Something so important. People were willing to chase him for it. He reached an old church and began pounding on the doors desperately.
Open the door!
Then,
please!
Headlights appeared. 3 black SUVs emerged from the rain. And suddenly, he stopped running. He knew. There was nowhere left to go. With the little strength he had left, he whispered 6 strange words.
Tell Daniela they built the staircase on bones.
And then, silence. Months earlier, Daniel Mutesi was living the dream. Brilliant, disciplined, one of East Africa's brightest young architects. And honestly, the guy deserved it. He worked harder than almost everyone around him. But if there was one person Daniel loved more than architecture, it was his younger sister, Lina. These two, they weren't just siblings. They were best friends. The kind that finished each other's sentences, the kind that shared dreams, and the kind that genuinely wanted to see each other win. Until Samuel Kariga entered their lives. Now, Samuel Kariga wasn't just rich. No, the man was respected. Presidents admired him. Business leaders praised him. People practically treated him like a visionary. And when he selected Daniela and Lina for the Horizon City project, their family nearly threw a party. Everyone was excited. Their future had finally arrived. Or at least, that's what they thought. Because something strange started happening. While Daniela stayed buried in blueprints, Lina, on the other hand, receives invitations to exclusive dinners and parties. She suddenly begins traveling with executives. Her name appears in magazines. Important people suddenly knew her name. And Daniela, poor guy, he was still drowning in technical drawings. At first he was happy for her. Of course he was. That's his sister. But something felt different. Their bond slowly began to change. Lina became distant and strangely mysterious. Whenever Daniela asked questions, she would smile and say, "Not every elevator reaches the top floor. Some people climb another way." At first, Daniela laughed it off. Honestly, who says things like that? But eventually, he stopped laughing. One night, he stayed late at the office. Everybody had gone home. Or so he thought. And by accident, he discovered something hidden beneath the building. A secret floor. Daniela expected something bizarre. Illegal parties. Strange rituals. Something crazy. But what he found was much worse. Politicians. Judges. Media owners. Business tycoons. All seated around a giant table. And on the walls, maps. Entire cities. Entire communities. being discussed like pieces on a chessboard. People's lives reduced to numbers. And sitting among them was Lina, his own sister. And in that moment, Daniela's world shattered. After the meeting, he confronted her. And what she said still gives me chills.
Lina, what were you doing in there?
There are no clean victories. Every big success comes with tough decisions, sacrifices, and unseen battles. And buildings aren't built by concrete alone, they're built by influence. Before the first brick is laid, someone has already opened the doors, secured the opportunities, and made it possible.
Influence, corruption, secrets, political favors, land deals, blackmail. And according to Lina, once you are inside, living means death. But she insisted she was protecting them. Protecting who? Protecting what? Daniela didn't understand. And honestly, neither would I. Then suddenly, life became very interesting. Promotions, luxury apartments, private jets, international contracts. Everything Daniela had ever dreamed about. And Samuel Carriga. The man practically became a father figure. Daniela started enjoying it. Who wouldn't? But, dreams have shadows. And shadows always come back. Buildings started collapsing. Whistleblowers disappeared. Families lost their homes. And nobody seemed willing to talk. That's when Daniela met Jonah Biko. And trust me, Jonah wasn't exactly the cheerful type. The man looked like he hadn't trusted anybody in 20 years. But he knew things, dangerous things. And what he revealed changed everything. Horizon City was a lie. Money laundering, shell companies, destroyed communities, ruined lives. And the biggest shock, Daniela wasn't being rewarded. No, he was being prepared. Prepared to take the fall. It shocked him. Every document carried his signature. Every approval. Every authorization. His name was everywhere. Except he had never signed any of them. Pause. Imagine that. Waking up and realizing someone had spent years turning you into the perfect scapegoat. Honestly, that kind of fear would break most people. Desperate for answers, Daniela searched for Lina. But she was nowhere to be found. No calls, no messages, nothing. Then a package arrives. Inside, a blood-stained flash drive. The same one from the opening scene, along with a note. I finally understand the staircase. Lina. Daniela opens the drive. It contains recordings proving that Samuel Carriga has orchestrated assassinations, election manipulation, and financial crimes. But one revelation destroys him. Lina herself has been gathering evidence for years. She never joined the inner circle out of greed. She infiltrated it. Everything. The promotions, the magazine covers, the private flights, the lies were all part of a mission. She sacrificed her reputation to destroy the machine from within. But now the machine knows, and she's running. Daniela races across Rwanda, Kenya, and South Africa, trying to find her before the organization does. Every ally becomes suspicious. Funds are tapped. Cars explode. Friends betray each other. No one can be trusted. Even Grace Morenzi, the gentle professor who comforted him, turns out to be one of Samuel Carriga's original financiers. Jonah Biko is not a journalist. He is Samuel Carriga's estranged son. And he wants revenge because Samuel murdered his mother 20 years earlier. Jonah doesn't want justice. He wants blood. He plans to assassinate Samuel during an international summit. Daniela must stop him before chaos erupts. But the biggest surprise? Nobody saw it coming. Not Daniela, not Jonah, not even me. During a lavish charity gala in Cape Town, attended by presidents and billionaires, Daniela discovers the unthinkable. Samuel Kariga wasn't the king. He was just a puppet. Because the true mastermind, the person controlling everything, was Irene Kamanzi, the quiet woman everyone ignored, the woman nobody noticed. And perhaps that was exactly how she wanted it. For 20 years, she has manipulated governments, businesses, and media networks from the shadows. She engineered Samuel's rise. She ordered murders. She framed enemies. And she arranged Lina's disappearance. Eventually, Daniela found Lina. Broken, weak, but alive. And with the little strength she had left, she looked at her brother and said, "Don't destroy them with anger. Expose them." Those were simple words, but powerful ones. 6 months later, a global investigation rocks Africa. Politicians resign. Executives were arrested. The empire collapsed. Samuel Kariga died in prison from mysterious circumstances. But Irene Kamanzi vanished. Nobody could trace her. Daniela and Lina abandoned the wealth and fame. Lina became a business owner, and Daniela became a lecturer, teaching ethics to young architects. Peace slowly returns. One evening, while Daniela was preparing for class, a courier delivered an envelope with no return address. Inside is a photograph, taken only 3 days earlier. It shows Irene Kamanzi sitting at a cafe in Buenos Aires, smiling. On the back of the photo are 6 words: "The staircase never really ends." Daniela slowly raises his eyes and smiles nervously. Many people spend their lives chasing wealth, fame, and power, believing those things define true success. But life has a way of revealing what really matters. Money can disappear. Fame can fade. Power can be taken away. Yet the way you treat people, the choices you make when no one is watching, and the values you refuse to compromise will always leave the greatest legacy. At the end of the day, true success isn't measured by the size of your bank account, the number of people who know your name, or the influence you hold. It's measured by the lives you touch, the integrity you keep, and the impact you leave behind. Because when everything else is gone, your character is the only wealth that truly lasts.